89.3.
Welcome back to North Central's homecoming football game against Carmel here on 89.3 WJEL. It's the start of the second quarter, and the Greyhounds lead it 3-0. I'm Isaiah Rosner, and I'm joined by Max Gabovitch. North Central with the ball at the 49-yard line in their own. Vestal, off of play action, throws it way downfield, overthrew Connor Thompson, and it could have been... Well, it couldn't have been intercepted. It overthrew everyone, but it was the defender was closer than the receiver on that one. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it felt like one where Vestal had decided before the play where he was going to throw it, whether it was there or not. And there really was nothing there. He threw it anyways. Lucky that one doesn't get picked off. That was one where he overthrew the receiver, but I still think there was a chance at it being picked off. The defensive back was playing it as though he was the receiver.
2nd and 10, 11:55 to go. We just started the second quarter. Pipkin out wide to the right, 3 wide to the left. Carmel shows blitz, and they will bring blitz. It's going to be a short pass to Theron Johnson. Johnson pushes forward for close to a first down. I think he'll be a few yards short. A flag comes in late in the play in the secondary. So as of now, it'll be about a 3rd and 2 pending the call.
I'd like to see North Central run more of those types of plays. Just a chance to get it in Theron Johnson's hands and let him do the work. You don't have to have Vestal throwing down the field all the time.
It's going to be a hold on the offense. Yeah, I will say, as good as the offensive line played in the last few games, this game not so much. They've been letting people in the backfield all day. Although we are early into the game, of course. But that will make it a 2nd down and 12 instead of 3rd and 2.
Yeah, it has been a bit of a rough start, and you can't afford those 10-yard penalties. Luckily, this one was a bit downfield, so it doesn't make it 2nd and forever. But can't afford too many of those.
Yeah, Carmel's early game plan on defense has certainly been to blitz Vestal, and it's worked for the most part. 2nd down and 12 from the left hash mark. Trips right side, this time one left. Vestal will throw. Again, no time. And this time Vestal's going to be taken down way back at the 35-yard line. A huge sack for the Carmel defense, and that will set up 3rd down and forever.
Now it is 3rd down and forever. You're absolutely right. And I thought Vestal's instincts, it's very hard to overcome those instincts, but he retreats backwards and he's losing more and more yards on that because he's bracing for the hit. And yeah, it makes it a 3rd and 24.
It's tough to know what to do there because, you could roll out and throw it away. That takes time. You might go back further. And when you have like 4 guys coming at you, unfortunately, there's really nothing you can do but just push forward and take the sack for as few yards as possible.
Well, I think with more experience, you get used to, okay, I got to throw that one away.
Yeah.
It's tough to do.
But how could he throw it away, right?
No, it was tough. Yeah.
At
the very least, though, he can't retreat backwards.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Timeout called by Kevin O'Shea, the first timeout by either team this game. So that will, of course, leave North Central with 2 left in the half.
Which makes you think that Kevin O'Shea feels like they've got a chance to convert this 3rd and 24.
Yeah, they've got something. You don't call a timeout for no reason.
And it's on a position at the field where there's no way you'd go for it on 4th down. So they've got to drop something here to pick up at least 24 yards. Tough to do when the defense knows what you need.
Well, I know this seems unlikely, but I think they're going to think about going to Theron Johnson here on this play. Get it in his hands somehow.
Absolutely. He's a playmaker.
Yeah, I'll say last year, Richard Hamilton was the star of the team, great offensive receiver, and I thought that'd be handed down to Keyshawn Pipkin this year. I was fully expecting him to be the number 1 wide receiver, and then all of a sudden here comes Theron Johnson, who played some at the end of last year on offense, but for the most part was just a defender, and this year, the main offensive piece for this team.
Yeah, really, his first game as receiver when he broke out was against Carmel a year ago. He had 2 touchdowns in that game. First time he'd ever played receiver.
Panthers in their signature formation, trips right side, 1 to the left. We are at the left hash mark. David Smith will join Zaid Vestal in the backfield. 4-man front for Carmel. Now Vestal's going to take the snap. He has time. This time throws short to Theron Johnson, and he will be stopped at the 39-yard line. A gain of 4 on that play. And a punting situation for North Central.
You were right about getting it in Theron Johnson's hands. It just took a little bit too long because the defense was already up and ready for it.
Max Mcquiston out to punt. He's doing... That is not Max Mcquiston. Excuse me. That is going to be Owen Schaefer, I would assume. I think
it's Cole Greer, actually.
All right, Cole Greer. How about that? Snap is high, but he collects it. gets the punt away. It looks like a pretty good punt. It will be fielded at the 35-yard line, and then they will be hit immediately. Flag is thrown. So Carmel's, as of now, is set up at the 35-yard line. Good coverage on the punt, but of course there is a penalty.
There's Thomas Brona who made the tackle. Nice coverage there.
10:21 to go in the first half. Carmel leading North Central 3-0 at the Panthers homecoming game.
And it's a hold on Carmel on the return, which I'm not sure why they needed to hold, but
I guess they didn't want the return to get blown up.
Yeah, they weren't too successful with that. Right. I mean, the tackle was made immediately.
But at the very least, he held onto the ball, you know.
He did hold onto the ball, yes.
So that will put Carmel at their own 25-yard line to start their third drive of the ball game. Zachary Thomas Osborne in the shotgun formation. One man in the backfield. They have one out wide to the right now. He sends a man in motion. That's Barron Smith. Osborne takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, and the running back will power forward for about 5 yards. All three referees throw their flags, so they definitely saw something there. I think that's going to be a hold on the offense.
Yeah, the only thing I was worried about is a face mask.
Oh, I think you're right, actually.
I think it is a face mask.
I was wrong. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty against North Central on the face mask. I didn't see who did it or when it happened, but all three referees saw it, so I'll take their word for it. No. Carmel will move up to their own 45-yard line.
Yeah, it was. It was a big pile. I'm not sure how they were able to all see that, but they clearly did.
I guess when you see, you two of your buddies throw a flag, you just throw it as well. You don't want to look like you missed anything. First and 10. The chains are not set yet, but they're going to let them snap it. Osborne will take the handoff, run to the left. Oh, he got past some tackles and has about 8 yards. It looked like he was going to get stopped for a gain of less than 3, and then a nice juke move around 2 defenders, and it will set up second down and short in Panther territory.
Yeah, it wasn't too much of a fancy move. He just kind of took a couple steps to the side, and the defender was expecting an easy tackle.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's one of those situations where you're just expecting him just to, just go down really easy, and he's just like, oh, I'll just try this. I'll try going over here, and it worked out. Second down and 2, 9:41 to go in the second quarter. Carmel 3, North Central 0. Osborne in the gun again. 2 right, 1 to his left, and that is Barron Smith, who goes in motion, joins him in the backfield. Now Osborne takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, and he gets some room. That's going to be Luke Conley on the carry, and he gets a hole up the middle, makes a cut down to the 37-yard line of the Panthers.
We talked about Luke Conley before we went on air. Really impressive. Had never had a carry until a week ago, and he runs it 16 times for 123 yards.
Yeah.
That's a guy you go back to.
He definitely earned himself a role in the offense with that game last week. Carmel will not huddle. Osborne takes the shotgun snap, throws it, and it will be too far to the right for the receiver. That was Colton Parker trying to get it to him, and it will be second down and 10.
And Thomas Brona, who was defending a receiver who had gone a little bit short, nearly got his hand on that ball. He has an interception each of the last 2 games coming in. He's playing well.
2 receivers go left this time for the Greyhounds. Colton Parker out wide to the right. Osborne in the shotgun formation. Takes the snap. It's going to be a little flip forward. And he gets some space, gets around the Panthers defenders, and will be down to about the 31-yard line. He went left side on the flip. And that was Daniel Mullins on the carry. It will be third down for the Greyhounds. Third and about 3. For most high school teams, you would think that they don't convert here. You have to go for it, but the way
they could kick it,
with the way Spencer Hanna's been playing, especially on that last kick earlier this game, they could absolutely try a field goal from here. Osborne will be in the shotgun. Takes the snap. It's going to be a run up the middle, and did he get it? It's very close. I
think he's short. I think he's just short.
Well, I was going to say I think he got it, so we'll see. Oh, yeah, you're right. He's short. Definitely short on that one.
It's close, though.
About a yard short.
Yeah, I think John Hubert's going to keep his offense on the field. This is when you go for.
Yeah, you're going to go for on 4th down and a little bit less than a yard. They'll be in the shotgun here. Osborne will motion a man. Jordan Jones to his right takes the snap, hands it off, and he didn't get it on the first effort, but then he got around the left side and picked up the first down to the 25-yard line. He was hit immediately by multiple defenders, but then he made it around the left side. That was Zach White on the carry.
It was Jaden Ward who had him wrapped up in the backfield and couldn't bring him down, but Ward now down hurt as the training staff comes out. Really had a nice chance to stop him there. That's a great second effort by Zach White.
Zach White, 32 carries on the season for 186 yards and a single touchdown.
And it's coming back off an injury, too. Missed last week's game.
Carmel does run the ball a lot. They use kind of a committee approach to their running game. A lot of different running backs as opposed to North Central, who uses David Smith on almost every running play.
Yeah, I mean, Carmel's not the strongest offensive team, but they're scoring 28 points a game. They've been able to put points on the board regardless of defense. I mean, 28 points a game, and that includes the shutout against when they were shut out against Center Grove. So that's pretty impressive because they don't have eye-popping offensive numbers.
Jaden Ward able to walk off the field under his own power. Carmel at the 31-yard line. First down and 10. Osborne with two men with him in the backfield. Two receivers to the right. He takes the snap, handoff up the middle. I know he's going to throw it. He got me fooled there. Throws to the end zone. Touchdown! He threw it to the right side of the end zone, and it was caught for a touchdown. Great catch there by Jaden King.
Yeah, you weren't the only one he fooled on that one. He fooled the entire defense. Jaden King was wide open. The pass was really pretty weak. Hung in the air for a long time, but it didn't matter because there was no defender anywhere near Jaden King.
He had to come back to it, but caught it shallow in the right side of the end zone, and Carmel scores the first touchdown of the game with 7:53 to go in the first half. On for the extra point is Spencer Hanna. He has 15 of 15 extra points on the season, and he hits this one over the uprights.
That's a huge thing. It's something that you don't necessarily think of right away, but it's such an advantage when you have a kicker that you feel confident you're getting that extra point every time, that you can put him out there for a field goal attempt from 40 plus. It's a huge advantage.
And North Central kind of had that the last 2 years with Scott Hoig. He was a great kicker for the Panthers. I think he made every extra point last year until one got blocked, if I remember right.
Yeah, he was consistent. That's what you're looking for, consistency at that position, and especially at the high school level, can be really hard to find.
Carmel with the early jump, 10-0, 7:53 to go in the second quarter. Panthers will get the ball off of the kickoff. And they've had some promising drives, or at least, they've had a few drives where it looked like they got something going, but then either a penalty or just a inability to convert one set of downs just kind of set them back.
Well, and you don't panic right now. You're down 10 with over a half to play, but you've got to be aware that this is so far playing out to be a game that's going to have very few possessions. It's been long drives by each team. That can obviously change with a turnover or you're off a big play by the offense, but you've got to be aware of you got to get something going at some point. You don't want to get in too big of a hole because you may not have enough chances to catch back up.
Theron Johnson back deep to the right, and Deshaun Hunter back deep to the left. Hanna will actually kick this one to the air this time. He squibbed it last time. It'll be caught by Theron Johnson in the end zone. That will be a touchback. Good kickoff there, and North Central will start the drive at the 20-yard line.
I think the biggest thing on this drive, no penalties. Keep it, even if you're getting to third down, make it third and manageable. You can't get yourself too far behind the sticks.
North Central 1st and 10 from their own 10-yard line. There's a three-way tie across on top of the Mick right now. It's for second place. Center Grove number 1, then Ben Davis, Carmel, and North Central all tied for second. Oh, this is going to be a reverse play to Theron Johnson, but it looks like Carmel read it pretty well. Well, now he got to the 25-yard line. Good speed around the end, right side, right?
No, they did read it
further than I thought.
But they did read it well, and he was able to outrun them. I mean, really impressive by Theron Johnson because the defense was right there in the backfield. and he's able to pick up 7 yards.
Yeah, I was about to say he's going to lose yards in that play, and all of a sudden he turned the corner. Second down and 3.
And again, an easy way to get it in his hands and let him make the play.
Vestal in the gun. 2 to the right this time, and 1 out wide left. There'll be a run with David Smith up the middle. He has the first down, and Moore finds a hole, and will be stopped at the 39-yard line. Still on the Panthers side of the football field, but a good solid run there and a first down.
Really nice job. The offensive line hasn't been great so far, but they were able to make a pretty good size hole for David Smith to cut through, and he was able to go straight forward for the first down.
Vestal in the shotgun. Connor Delp will go out wide to the left. Now he takes the snap, looks left, pressure's coming, throws deep down the field, and another one where the defenders were closer than the receivers. That one had no chance, incomplete.
I'm not sure all season we've seen an incomplete one that far downfield. Vestal just has not had the accuracy to complete a pass, 30, 35 yards down the field. At some point, you've got to adjust the play calling because it's not working.
Yeah, you need to either have a receiver open or be really accurate. He did neither of those on that play. 3 receivers left. 1 goes to the right. Vestal in the gun. Standing at his 35-yard line, backs up. He's going to throw right side. That's a better. Caught by Keyshawn Pipkin and out of bounds close to the first down marker. I think he got it, but it's going to be close. Yeah. And they will say third down, but third and less than a yard.
Those are the passes he can go. If you're trying to get it downfield quickly, those intermediate throws, 9-10 yards down the field, come back, quick slants, quick comeback routes. That's what's worked.
Third and 1, same formation, Vestal in the gun. Carmel shows blitz, and he will throw it left side off of play action, complete down to the 44-yard line of Carmel. Good job falling forward. Well, good job catching it by the defender and then falling forward for a first down.
Connor Thompson on that one, making the catch. As North Central knew the blitz was coming against the run there on 3rd and a yard and go to the air to get it.
Yeah, and these last few plays have been really good plays to call. I mean, just quick passes that get it out of his hands quick and still the receivers open. 3 right this time, 1 left. Smith with him in the backfield. Vestal will throw left side. This one's going to be caught, and he falls forward. I think that was Theron Johnson. Hard to see from here. But a good play there. That's actually going to be Thierno Diallo on that play. And it will be second down and short. 6:32 to go in the second quarter. Carmel Greyhounds lead the North Central Panthers 10-0. You're listening on 89.3 WJEL.
We've seen him do this every now and then with these short passes. Can they continue to go to it at each time down the field? Just keep moving it.
Panthers quickly line up and pitch it back to Smith. Right side, Smith. That's actually Theron Johnson, Oh, he turns the corner, 10-yard line, 5. He outran everyone and went into the end zone for the touchdown. Touchdown, North Central Panthers. What a run by Theron Johnson. Pitch to the right side. And they have made this a 4-point game with 6:07 to go in the second quarter.
36 yards, and again, defense on him in the backfield. He's able to outrun everybody. Let that man get his hands on the ball and get out of the way.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but when I see these plays, I'm like, oh, maybe, let's see if he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
It's like, will he get any yards? And then he ends up running all the way for a touchdown. Just faster than most people in the field. Connor Thompson will hold, and the kick will be sent up by Max Mcquiston. It is up, and it is good. 10-7. Panthers cut the Carmel lead down to 3 midway through the second quarter.
Theron Johnson ended up walking into the end zone after the defense was all on top of him because of his speed is just that much, ahead of the defense. He's that much faster than those defenders. It seems to me at this point an easy formula. You let him touch the ball as many plays as possible.
This might sound crazy, but I think they should run some plays with him at quarterback. Just let him.
Why not?
Direct snap it to him and let him run, one of the directions. I guarantee you he'll get some yards at least.
I mean, you certainly do have to be aware of the fact he's playing both ways.
That's true.
And so you don't want him to overrun him too much. But this offense has really struggled outside of Theron Johnson. And if you want to put points on the board, that's the way to go. It'd be interesting to know, from his perspective, he's been a defender his whole life. He's kind of moved into this offensive role in the last year or so. How does he like the balance?
I wonder how Leland Walker would be as a football player.
It's an interesting question.
He's so quick. Mcquiston kicks it high, and it'll be fielded at the 15-yard line. By the Greyhounds, they will move up the middle to the 30-yard line, makes a cut, and then it'll be brought down right at about the 30-yard line. Pretty good coverage on the kickoff there, and Carmel will start their next drive.
Well, Deshaun Hunter may have saved a touchdown, though. There was a couple of broken tackles there through the Panther defense on the return, and nice job by Deshaun Hunter.
Next week, Carmel will head to Lawrence Central to take on the last place team, the MIC. North Central will stay at home and take on the Ben Davis Giants.
Other way around.
Thanks, Max.
Panthers are at Lawrence Central.
Are at Lawrence Central. Carmel will take on Ben Davis. Here's a run up the middle for Carmel, and they have about 7 yards.
Got the teams right.
I got the teams right. That's true. I just switched them around a little bit.
It's North Central's last road game of the regular season next week. Hard to believe we're already over halfway through the year.
I know football season always goes so fast, doesn't it?
It does.
I mean, it's just 9 games and then the playoffs. So, yep. Osborne in the gun, 2nd down and 3. Takes the snap, run up the middle, and that was going nowhere at first. Then he got around the end again, up to the 50-yard line, past the 50, across midfield, and into Panther territory where he's shoved out of bounds.
And the difference between White and what Theron Johnson's done is that White doesn't have the speed. He's just able to break out of tackles. No one can bring him to the turf.
They'll put him right at the 50-yard line.
And especially for a guy that's coming back from injury, missing the game last week, that's impressive that he's able to be that strong.
Osborne in the gun, drops back, throws left side, caught, and getting close to the first down was the receiver. Let's see if we can see who that was. That was Colton Parker once again. And they'll call that a 2nd and short.
And he's a guy, too, that they consider a playmaker, that they try to get it in his hands. He's thrown one pass this year, completed it for 13 yards, runs it every now and then. They just like to get it in the hands of Colton Parker.
They'll actually call it a 2nd down and 3. 5:13 to go in the first half. Panthers down 10-7 to Carmel. Throw right side behind the line of scrimmage, and he tries to get around the end, but will be shoved out of bounds for a loss of about a yard. Good defense there.
And it was Theron Johnson.
Of course it was.
Yeah. Theron Johnson closing in and throwing the receiver out of bounds along the Carmel sideline. Now a chance for a big stop here for the Panthers.
3rd and 4, and they're just outside of Spencer Hannah's field goal range. Or are they? 53-yard from here. I bet he can make that. I'm not sure if they try it, but shotgun snap, throws it way deep downfield, intending for close to the end zone. That is incomplete, just overthrew the receiver. Not a bad idea, but a 4th down and short upcoming for the Carmel.
It was a really nice-looking pass. Thought they were going to complete that. Defense was all over the receiver, but he put it in a very good position, maybe just a yard too far. And John Heber probably in this situation keeps the offense on the field. 4th and 3.
And that is what they're going to do. Osborne will be in the gun. 2 receivers go left and 2 go right. 1 man in the backfield. North Central with just a 3-man front. Takes the snap. The Panthers blitz. He dumps it off right side over the head of the receiver. Panthers going to stop. Zach White on the receiving end of that one, and he just threw it a little bit high. And North Central takes over on downs at their own 43-yard line.
Defense is breathing a sigh of relief there because that was a lucky one. He catches that, and he's got plenty of room to pick up the first down and more. The pressure able to force Osborne into a tougher pass than it would have been, and he's unable to throw it on the mark.
North Central starting with good field position at their own 43-yard line. A field goal ties the game with 4:55 to go in the first half.
North Central has the momentum. You just scored a touchdown. Now you get a stop. Continue that momentum.
Carmel showing blitz. Vestal will hand it off to Smith, and Smith will get a few yards before he's brought down. Not much room to go there. And it will be 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, they were showing blitz, and they brought the blitz. Really pretty impressive that David Smith was able to fight through that even for a couple of yards.
Yeah, Smith's got to get tired out there. He hasn't run much today, but in general,
yeah,
a lot of running for him.
Yeah, they keep him busy.
81 carries, 384 yards, and 3 scores coming into this game. 2 games where he had 100 or more yards. Also 160 yards receiving. Vestal throws way downfield, and there's no receiver in the area. 3rd down and long coming up. It was intended for Theron Johnson.
Do we know who it was intended for? I'm not sure.
Well, he's the only guy even remotely close, but yeah, I'm not really sure what he saw on that one, to be honest.
I mean, a receiver can't get that far down the field in that amount of time. I mean, he's throwing it where it's Usain Bolt's not out there. I mean, no one can get to that. You throw it that far, that quickly, even if the quarterback and receiver on the same page.
I also don't understand why he assumes they'll be open. They could very well be covered, which they usually are. 3rd and 8. Vestal has time, throws across the middle. Oh, it was intended for Theron Johnson, but it was tipped by the linebacker, and it falls incomplete. Not a good drive for the Panthers. They go 3 and out, and they will punt. That was not a bad pass. They had the right idea. They had Johnson open, but just a little bit too low, I guess. And a Carmel defender got his hand on it. Good defensive breakup.
And I get the temptation, you know, try every now and then throw in a long throw and see if you can pick up huge yardage, but I don't think we've seen it work once. At some point, you've got to take that out and either run the ball or a shorter pass and try to move the chains.
Panthers get the punt off here. It'll be fielded, it'll bounce, and it'll be stopped by the Panthers at the 28-yard line. Carmel still has time, plenty of time, in fact. 4:01 to play. They have all 3 of their timeouts. And a touchdown would be huge here. Give them a 2-score lead going into the half.
Yeah, North Central would be they're able to get pretty happy with their position, getting the ball.
Greyhounds, they will take the snap, hand it off at the middle, and he has some room. Powers Ford may have gotten the first down. A good, strong run there on first down. They'll mark him about a half-yard short, 2nd down and inches. Clock ticking down to 3:41 to play in the first half. Osborne with 2 people with him in the backfield. 2 receivers left, and the final receiver goes to the right. He'll take the shotgun snap. It's going to be a read option. He'll take it, and he will not get the first down. Good job by the Panther defense to stuff him at the line of scrimmage. Osborne gets 0, and it will be 3rd down and 1.
That's a big-time stand by your defense. Can they do it one more time and get this ball back before the end of the half?
At their own 39-yard line. Same formation.
If you can get a stop here, you call a timeout.
4-man front for the Panthers. He'll take the snap. This time he will throw, and that will be caught for a first down at the 42-yard line. Good job to get on the ground and reel that one in by Barron Smith. He was hit hard. In fact, I think he was hit before he caught it, but he hung on, and it's a first down.
Good play call, though. You get that pass off quick enough. Not much the defense can do.
They're at their own 42-yard line with about 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. Osborne in the shotgun. 1 out wide right, 1 out wide to the left. Takes the snap It will be a handoff this time, and the running back will be stopped for a gain of about 1. That was Zach White again on the carry. And it will be second down and long.
Zach White's hard to keep track of when he goes in those piles at just 5'8", 205. Really hard to lose him there in the pile.
2.5 to play. Osborne takes the snap. He will run it right side, pitch it back, and they get around the edge. They pick up the first down and are down inside Panther territory down to the 44-yard line.
Theron Smith showing awesome speed too.
Yeah, great run by him, and it will be 1st and 10 in Panther territory.
This is exactly what Carmel wants to do on this last possession, run the clock and move the ball down the field.
Same formation for Osborne. He will take the snap, and he will hand it off once again to Zach White. And White will have just a few yards to the right side. Better run coverage on that one by the Panthers.
And looks like a timeout.
Yep, Carmel will call their first of 3 timeouts with 1:50 to play in the second quarter.
Well, maybe just an official's timeout. I don't know, the official.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
I don't think John Hebert used a timeout yet, but one of the officials wasn't sure about something and was calling for the clock to be stopped.
Yeah, they're just discussing something there. No timeout for either team, I believe. Both teams are still lined up, ready to play.
And they seem to have figured it out. Didn't make any motions to us, but they're saying
the clock has been reset to 2 minutes exactly, so I'm not sure if that was what it was about. Likely. 2nd down and 8. Osborne shotgun. A lot of men on the front for the Panthers. He takes a snap, drops back, plenty of time to throw. Oh, it's a man open downfield, caught at the 15-yard line, 10, and he will be brought down at the 5-yard line. The deep pass to the right side is a success, and Carmel will set up 1st and goal from the 5.
Jordan Jones, one of the running backs, going out as a receiver that time down the far sideline, and he just beat 2 defenders. He was wide open.
Wow. Now Carmel definitely can drain the clock. Panthers might even want to consider calling timeout at this point. 100 seconds to play.
Yeah, I mean,
first half.
I don't think you're worried about getting the ball back at this point. You just got to get a stop.
This time they'll have a one-man wide to the left. Osborne in the shotgun, sends a man in motion, and he will give it to that man who gets around, tries to get around the left side, maybe a yard. Not much there. Good coverage on the play.
And North Central is going to call a timeout.
Barron Smith on the carry. And I agree with that because, I mean, you need to get a stop, of course, but you might as well. I mean, they're not going to take this whole time to do this drive, so you might as well try to get yourself as much time as possible after this drive.
But you only have 2 timeouts. Now you have 1 timeout.
Yeah.
This is 2nd down.
Yeah, but Carmel is going to run all the clock, and North Central can go faster when they're driving, right?
Yeah, I mean, to try to drive the field under a minute, no timeouts. It's possible. It's possible. I'll give you that.
Well, it will be 2nd down and goal from the 5-yard line. They'll say he gained nothing. This time they'll move from the right hash mark to the left hash mark. I wonder which hash mark the quarterbacks prefer. If they're right-handed, I would imagine they'd prefer the right hash mark, but who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
Although maybe not, because if you're on the left, you have more room to roll out to the right, and you'd rather roll out to your dominant hand, right?
That's what I'd go with. Yeah, okay. I think that's right. That's what I'd go with, but I can't say I have experience with that.
We'll have to check, because when they do a 2-point conversion, they can choose which one to go on. So we should see which one they choose in the future. All right, Carmel breaks huddle after the Panthers timeout. North Central is left with 1 timeout remaining. Carmel still has all 3 of theirs. And Osborne will be in the shotgun. They'll send 2 to the right, 2 to the left, including Colton Parker in the slot left side. And Zach White will be in the backfield. 4-man front for the Panthers. Send a man in motion. Osborne takes the snap. He will roll out, and he's going to run it. Did he get into the end zone? It was close. He got hit right around the goal line. Touchdown. He broke the plane, and Osborne has the 2nd touchdown for the Carmel Greyhounds. and they have a 9-point lead.
Well, I guess Panthers have a little time, and they will have one timeout left. But you hate to see that at the end of the half, giving up points and making this a two-possession game.
Hannah out, and he will make this. It almost got blocked, but he sent it over. I was trying to jinx him on this one, but it did not work. 17-7 is our score with 84 seconds to play in half number 1.
We'll see if the Panthers need a big play. Got to move it down the field quickly. You have that one timeout. You'd like to save that as long as you can. Try to play the sidelines and get out of bounds.
And the clock stops for any first down, to give the change time to move. So as long as you can either complete first downs or get out of bounds, what you don't want is to complete, a short gain inbounds. That play actually is probably better for the defense. Even if you get about 5 yards, I'd say you'd rather just throw it away than get 5 yards.
We also don't see them run in no huddle very often, but even if you get that first down, it stops until the chains are set. You've got to move quickly.
Yeah. For sure. Let's see how Carmel plays the kickoff. I would imagine a squib kick here, but
that's what I would expect.
They squibbed the first kickoff, and then the second one they kicked it into the end zone for touchback. So if they trust Hannah to get it into the end zone, they could try it.
Yeah, whatever they think is the best option to keep it out of the hands of really either Theron Johnson or Deshaun Hunter.
And the first time they squibbed it, Johnson almost broke free. So maybe that's why they changed it, because the first time he almost got through that wall of Carmel. And it will be Johnson and Hunter in the back deep again. They will squib it this time. Panthers will let it roll, and then Hunter will pick it up. 15-yard line, goes around the right side, stiff arms a man, up to the 20-yard line, right side to the 30, and then he's brought down at the 31-yard line. Had some room, but then eventually taken down by a good tackle by Carmel. And Panthers have a pretty long way to go.
Yeah, the squib kick's not working out. Both times it's ended up in the hands of the return men for North Central. But Panthers
at least they don't have as much like momentum running, probably, is the
that's fair. That's fair.
So Vestal will send one to the left, actually two to the left. One's right next to the line of scrimmage in the slot. And now Carmel will take their first time out. They wanted to see how the Panthers were going to line up, it looks like.
I mean, pretty basic position. You're going to be in your prevent. Minute 7 left, and Panthers only have one timeout. You try to force them to play the middle of the field and not get out of bounds.
Panthers will have one timeout and 67 seconds to try to make this game from from 2 scores to a 1-score game. Greyhounds 17, Panthers 7. Late second quarter.
Yeah, even to get an opportunity to attempt a field goal would be big. I'm not sure North Central feels very confident trying a long field goal. I don't know what the yard to gain is for Kevin O'Shea to pull the trigger and send a kicker out there.
Well, a long field goal is better than no field goal, so
yes.
I guess once the time's up, they'll kick it from wherever they have it. Within reason.
Yes.
Not from the 30-yard line on our side of the field.
Yes.
Vestal in the gun. Same formation as last time. He'll have David Smith with him in the backfield. They're waiting for the referees to blow the whistle. 3-man in front for the Carmel defense. And Vestal takes a snap, dropping back. Pressure comes. They're going to do a screen pass to Smith. Smith runs into his own man, and then he will have the first down to about the 44-yard line, still on Panther side of the field, and they will go hurry-up offense. Clock stopped at 61 seconds right now as the chain crew moves. Panthers already set up at the line. Good job getting back to it. 2 left, that is. 2 right. Vestal, short pass again. This time it's Connor Thompson, but it's incomplete. Would have been only about 3 or 4 yards anyway.
And it was thrown
out of bounds.
Yeah, and it was thrown over his back shoulder. Really tough catch to make, and probably a good thing he dropped that one. But you like that first play, even though he just dumps it off. David Smith is able to fight that first down marker. You can play the middle of the field as long as you get a first down.
Pipkin is the lone receiver right. Johnson in the slot left. 2 other receivers Left, it looks like Thompson and somebody else. Vestal in the shotgun. He's going to drop back this time. He's going to throw deep, or at least kind of deep. And it's going to be incomplete, intended for Keyshawn Pipkin. They were aiming for about the 45-yard line, right side, on Carmel's side of the field, but that one was just a little bit too low behind him. And it will be 3rd down and 10. So Panthers, before they can think about getting down the field, they got to convert this 3rd and 10. 51 and 3/10 seconds to play in the half.
I don't know. What worries me a little bit now is even if you keep the clock running here, Carmel can call a timeout and they can get the ball back again for another opportunity.
3rd down, 10 right hash mark. Vestal, and they will blow the play dead. Looks like a timeout for the Panthers. Now, that if you really have something, I guess that's good, but that's their last timeout. I'm sure they would have liked to use those for the clock. But I guess Kevin O'Shea saw something he didn't like.
And you've got to take a shot downfield. We haven't seen them work at all, but I'm not sure what else you do here.
I mean, I would say I think a lot of the dump-offs have worked better than the longer passes. So if you can just get, I mean, I say it quite a bit, but if you can just get in the hands of Theron Johnson, which they haven't done yet this drive, that'd probably be the best option. It's either got to be for that 1st down or to the sideline. Yeah.
Because you can't afford to keep clock moving now.
If you don't get the 1st down, you better at least get some good yardage, because I'm not sure if you want to go for it on 4th and medium, 4th and long at this position.
I mean, you don't get the 1st down here, Carmel uses a timeout.
Yeah.
And forces you to punt.
Now, what you can do, I've seen this in the NFL, you go hurry up offense on 4th and medium or 4th and long, whatever it is, and if the clock is running, make Carmel think you're running a play and then just run out the whole entire clock, and then they can't use their timeout.
Although, they probably use it when you're rushing to the line.
Well, they might still use it, that's true, but it's possible they think you're going for it and use it against you.
Yeah.
3rd down and 10, Vestal in the shotgun. Smith will line up right behind the offensive lineman. Now they'll take it, snap it to Vestal. Vestal has time, rolls to his left. He does not have any time anymore, and he throws it incomplete. He was getting pressured hard and threw it. Receivers were all downfield, and he couldn't get it far enough to any of them. 4th down and 10 coming up, and the punt crew will be sent on for the Panthers.
Well, that one's on Jalen Dana, the offensive lineman. There was no barrier for that defensive lineman. He just got in there immediately, and nothing Vestal can do but throw it away.
It looks like they're backing them up, too, so I'm not sure what happened there. Oh, they call intentional grounding?
They must have, because I
didn't see a flag, but it's an 8-yard penalty, so that's about where he was when he threw it.
I thought he'd gotten out of the pocket, but maybe he didn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
Might have been it. They'll punt from their own 20-yard line, and Carmel looks like they jumped off sides. It was Tamaris Springfield on the left side of the line.
Get 5 yards back.
We'll move it up to the 40.
Boy, I didn't think there was time for North Central to have a drive, but they had enough time to have the drive and get Carmel the ball back with still 45 seconds on the clock. Carmel still has 2 timeouts.
I imagine this punt will be aiming for out of bounds. It hits the ground. Oh, and he loses it. Waterman running to his left. He gets the punt away, and it will roll all the way down to the Carmel 41-yard line. What an acrobatic punt there. It looked like for sure he was going to be stuck way in the backfield. And a flag is thrown way late in the play, away from the play. So that's... I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, nowhere near where the play happened. A roughing the kicker.
So in that case, if that's roughing the kicker, North Central gets a first down. They don't even... Yeah, they get a first down, so they'll be...
Wow. That's a
huge penalty.
Huge call there.
They'll be at the 45-yard line of Carmel with 34 and 3/10 seconds to play. No timeouts. But need about 20 yards to get into field goal range.
Wow. That was the play of the game by Waterman, even if without the penalty, to get that punt off was unbelievable.
Yeah, he had two people chasing him, running to his left side, and reminds me of that McAfee punt where he dropped it and picked it up and still got like a 60-yard punt. That one wasn't 60 yards, but still impressive given the circumstances. Vestal in the shotgun from the Carmel 45. Four-man front for the Greyhounds. Takes the snap, drops back, pressure coming. He's going to throw short. It will be caught, and Theron Johnson gets the first down and more out of bounds all the way down inside the 25-yard line of Carmel. Panthers are in field goal range with 26 and 8/10 seconds to play.
Wow. That one penalty really could change the game here. If the Panthers can make it one score, also getting the ball back to start the second half.
Maybe I shouldn't be too greedy here, but I think they still got a chance for a touchdown. I mean, they're at the 24-yard line.
Oh, yeah, you've got
26 seconds.
Certainly a possibility here. No question.
Vestal, two left, two right. Takes the snap, pressure coming, throws to the end zone. Another one of those. Overthrowing Keyshawn Pipkin. That one wasn't as much overthrown as it was out of bounds to the right side, but again, really not open on that play. 22 and 4/10 to play, 2nd and 10.
What I can't tell is Vestal not able to be accurate, or is he just being too safe? Trying to not throw an interception instead of trying to throw a completion.
Yeah. I feel like seeing last year's starting quarterback, you don't want to be that guy again. It probably influenced him a lot this season.
A lot of interceptions last year, no question.
Vestal in the shotgun, two to each side. Smith will be used for blocking the backfield. He throws it left side, caught by Theron Johnson. Makes a move, 20, 15, 10, gets a block, and he is in. Touchdown! What a great run by Theron Johnson. I told you, Max, they had time for a touchdown. And it is 17-13. North Central cuts it to a 4-point game.
Are you tired of hearing it yet? Get the ball in the hands of Theron Johnson.
That's all I need to do.
Man.
It is working like a charm this game.
It's not often you see one player who is just that far above everyone else on the field, but he is the best player on the field without question.
Extra point is up and good. And it is 17-14, an extra point good by Max Mcquiston. And you're right, that penalty, what a huge bearing on the game that has. If they just hadn't dived at him, that would have been Carmel ball likely going into the half 17-7, but instead it's looking like it's going to be a 3-point game at halftime. There are still 14 and 6/10 seconds to go, though.
Ooh, yeah, that's one John Hebert. There's going to be some running done in practice over that one. That's a really, really costly penalty. Both these teams ranked in the top 10 in the state, and this feels like a very even matchup.
Yeah, for sure. North Central in 5th. They were tied for 4th at one point, but then after they lost to Center Grove, moved back in the AP poll. Carmel is ranked 8th. It will be a squib kick. It'll be fielded at the 30-yard line, and they will go down at the 40. So 10 seconds to play.
And I'll tell you what, North Central was number 3 in the polls last week. There's a lot of respect for Center Grove out there. You only fall 2 spots after a 47-0 loss. The voters know, the coaches know in the coaches poll, and the media knows in the AP poll that Center Grove is just that good.
Actually, I was surprised they moved at all. I thought they'd just stay where they were, because, who thought they were going to win that game? Everyone. Yeah.
Avi thought they were going to win that game.
I was thinking that. 60%. Zachary Thomas Osborne, he's going to look deep down. He's going to throw deep, and that is going to be incomplete. Almost caught at the 38-yard line. Good defensive play there by guess who? Theron Johnson. And they have 3 and 6/10 seconds.
And I actually thought Johnson didn't see the ball coming until late. He may have had a chance for an interception there.
So if that one had been complete, 37-yard line, they would have a chance for a 54-yard field goal attempt, but instead they're going to have to do all this play. Not enough time for 2 plays. And actually, they're just going to kneel on it. Yeah. So that will take us to halftime What an interesting end to the half with the Panthers scoring a late touchdown to make this one a game again. Carmel 17, North Central 14. You're listening to North Central Football on 89.3 WJEL. It is the Carmel Greyhounds 17 and the North Central Panthers 14 as we prepare for the third quarter of action here on 89.3 WJEL. Along with Max Gabovitch, I'm Isaiah Rosner. North Central with, it seemed like a pretty balanced first half, but Carmel just scored, one more touchdown than them until that last drive of the game in which they went down and made it a 3-point game. So an impressive end to the half for the Panthers. And how do you think they can build on that momentum to start half number 2?
Well, I'd like to see more guys getting involved offensively, because right now it's the Theron Johnson show, and that's about it. David Smith's had a couple of decent runs up the middle, and they've completed a few intermediary passes, 10, 15 yards. Pipkin has a catch or two, and Diallo has a couple, but most of your big plays are coming from Theron Johnson, and they're coming on little dump-offs, and he's doing the rest of the work. And that's great for as long as it's working, but at some point you see double teams and you see the coverage hone in on him, and then you've got to find other guys who can step up.
I can guarantee that was one of the talking points at halftime for the Greyhounds. We've got to stop Theron Johnson. What are we going to do about it? The coach is telling the players, making adjustments. So, I'm sure they'll definitely use Theron Johnson. Definitely use him some this. Hey, they should definitely use him a lot this half, but whether they can rely on him as heavily is still to be seen. Yeah,
can Carmel figure out how to take him out? How to force the Panthers to look elsewhere, and if they do, then who steps up for North Central? I think I was with you kind of coming into the year that you'd like to see Keyshawn Pipkin kind of pick it up a bit and be more of a threat. He hasn't been able to really get going, but there's still time.
And it feels weird because it seems like all they do with him is just try to throw it deep, because he is fast,
yes,
but also he's the tallest receiver on the team. So you've got to use him in some, medium, short passing situations. He's
6'3".
He's a good athlete. Yeah, he's tall and fast. So I don't really see why they couldn't use him a little bit more, unless they're trying a lot and he just can't get open. But that seems strange.
And they're able to get really those slant routes that he's got that speed, and then on that cut back, the defense has to react quickly, and he's usually able to create some separation.
Yeah, absolutely. On this season, Keyshawn Pipkin, 10 receptions for 129 yards. So he's definitely been involved, but I you would think he'd be a little bit more involved than that.
Yeah, that's 2 catches a game.
Right.
You'd like to see that pick up a bit.
I would be interested to see if the Panthers can try to get some more running game going in the second half, because it was basically all short passing that got them those 2 touchdowns. So I wonder if they can get David Smith, some more of those regular middle runs to get some more yards.
Some big guys for Carmel up on that defensive line make it tough to find those holes.
Very true. Spins are handed to kick it off. Panthers will receive the second half kickoff. 12 minutes on the clock. 3-point deficit for the Panthers, and they get the ball.
And can North Central continue the momentum, because they certainly took it into the locker room?
Yeah, that's what you like to do, score right at the end and at the beginning, at the end of the first half and the beginning of the second half. Let's see if that can happen. They will kick it into the sky this time. This one will be fielded by, that is Theron Johnson. He gets to the 25 and then the 30-yard line, where he will be stopped.
Interesting. That was T.J. McWilliams.
Not Theron Johnson.
Yeah.
Excuse me, T.J. McWilliams back there.
And that is a change.
Maybe if Johnson was saying how tired he is. I don't know. I'm just speculating. But
you do have to limit how much he's running, because at some point you run out of gas.
Panthers at their own 29-yard line. First down and 10.
I think people forget, too, these receivers are running every play. Even if they're not getting the catch, they're running a route. And they've got a lot of running to do, regardless of how involved they are offensively.
They will have McWilliams out wide to the left. Connor Thompson in the slot left. One man to the right. Vestal takes the snap. It'll be a run for Smith. Smith tries to bounce outside to the right, and he will get absolutely nowhere. Slammed backward for a loss of a few yards.
Really nice tackle made for Carmel by Andrews Hervey. Wrapping up David Smith in the backfield, and Smith is one of those guys who breaks out of a lot of tackles. You could see him trying there, but it was a textbook tackle.
Vestal gets the play and goes back into the huddle. Well, I said they need to run it more, and they tried that time. Didn't work. Loss of 1. 2nd down and 11.
Well, you've got to stick with it, too, when it doesn't work.
6-man front for Carmel, and they will blitz. Vestal takes a snap. Has time, though. He's going to throw it sidearmed, intended for Connor Thompson. That will be incomplete. He threw it right side. It would have been enough for a first down. Instead, it will be 3rd down and 11 upcoming.
I don't think it was a bad read. Looked like Thompson had a step on his receiver, but, again, just not the accuracy to give him a catchable ball.
11:05 to go in the third quarter. Big 3rd down coming up here. You can give all that momentum right back to Carmel if you don't convert here.
Yeah, absolutely.
3 go to the left. Carmel has 5 people on the line. 1 to the right. David Smith in the backfield. Vestal takes the snap, has time, throws left side to Johnson, and Johnson has about 5 defenders come to him immediately. He got maybe 3 yards and then was brought to a halt. And that will set up a punting situation for the Panthers.
Make no mistake about it. Every defender on that team knows where Theron Johnson is lined up, and they're ready to go make the tackle if he gets the ball. Now, the last punt by the Panthers was a costly mistake by Carmel on the roughing the kicker that led to North Central's touchdown late in the half.
This punt is a good snap, and it will be sent into the sky and fair caught at the 41-yard line. Fair catch made on the play by Colton Parker. And Carmel gets a chance to build on their 3-point lead early in this third quarter.
And Carmel didn't even send much pressure on that punt. They just avoiding the same mistake that they had at the end of the first half with the roughing the kicker.
We'll send Parker out wide to the right, 2 receivers wide to the left. Osborne in the gun with Luke Conley with him in the backfield. Now they'll send a man in motion, and that's Smith. Osborne takes the snap. It's going to be a read option, and he takes it himself, loses a yard. Good defense by the Panthers. Got to be careful, though, not to get a personal foul. I'm not sure what that was at the end of the play. There's something going on there. But no flags are thrown. Well, there's a flag on the field, but it's not... It's not right. It's away from the play. Let's say that.
Yeah, it is. It is away from the play. I don't know what the flag is for, and
yeah, they're going to pick it up.
They're picking it up, yeah.
Maybe it fell out of its pocket.
And I believe that was Micah Green there getting the sack. He's always involved in these plays behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd
down and 11. 2 receivers to go to left, 1 to the right. Osborne in the gun. Panthers, he'll take the snap, and he will run up the middle and gets 0 yards again. Maybe one, but overall a good defensive effort by the Panthers front 7, and they have their own 3rd and long.
Just the second attempt by Luke Conley coming off that big week last week. Panthers bottled him up there. And now you got your defense has got you in a good position. You got to close this out and make the stop.
Jordan Jones will go in the backfield this time. 2 receivers to each side. Taking the snap, Osborne hit as he throws deep downfield, and it is almost intercepted. Should have been picked off by Larry Campbell. It went right into his hands and then popped out. Still likely a punt for Carmel, but he could have returned that pretty far most likely because he had a lot of open field in front of him.
Yeah, one of those that just got the butterfingers, would hit him right in the hands and couldn't keep it long enough to gain possession, but you forced the 3 and out. Obviously, you're disappointed you don't get the interception, but you got to be happy with that defensive effort.
Owen Schaefer out to punt for Carmel. Averages 34.6 yards per punt. And he will get this one away really high again. And will land out of bounds. It will land in bounds, and then it will fall out of bounds at the 36-yard line.
And really, pretty similar position to where you'd probably be with the interception.
Yeah, you're right. So that not the best punt again. He is. Now I can't tell if he's doing that on purpose, because surely you want to get a little further than that, though, right? I mean, he's kicking it so high in the air and out of bounds, but you've got to get more yards than what he did there.
Yeah, I mean, if you can kick it high enough, then you can go deep and force a fair catch call.
His long punt of the season is 57, which was last week. He has 4 where he pinned them inside the 20. So, yeah, he's good at the high punts. Vessel takes the snap, hands it off to Smith. Smith finds some room, has the first down, and powers forward. Still on his feet. So many defenders around him, and he keeps going all the way down to the 46-yard line of Carmel. What a powerful run by Smith.
He literally had 4 guys dragging on his back and was continuing to pick up yardage. God, we say it every week, but he is such a tough runner.
Yeah, that is how you make a difference at the running back position. Because you rely on those blockers so much, but even when they do their job, getting 5, 6, 7 extra yards is so huge for the offense.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Vestal in the gun, 2 receivers to each side. Carmel showing blitz. High snap flag is thrown. It looks like it's going to be a false start. Yep, false start on the offense. And these are the kind of things that can really hurt your drives. They had a good start to the drive, but now it's going to be first down and 15.
And it feels like it's immediately after a big play. You shoot yourself in the foot with a penalty.
And it's by no means insurmountable, but, I mean, think about that. It's 50% more yards you have to get on this set of downs.
Yeah, you got to keep yourself in the best position possible.
2 receivers wide to the left. McWilliams and Theron Johnson, 2 right as well. Vestal being pressured now. He's going to throw. Nice throw to Connor Thompson, complete for close to a first down. It's going to be close, but I think it will be second down and short. Down to the 37-yard line of Carmel.
I think that's the longest pass he's seen through the air, completed 14 yards. There was no yards after the catch. And that was a bullet. Nice job by Thompson to grab that one.
Yep, good pass protection. Good route running by Thompson, and a perfect throw by Vestal. On second down and 1. Takes the snap, hands it off to Smith. Smith powers forward for the first down.
A little extra effort there. He kind of got stood up at the line of scrimmage for a moment, but again, able to fight through and fall forward, which is always what you want to get that yardage and move the chains.
It'll be a first down to the 35-yard line of the Greyhounds. Zaid Vestal coming into this game 58 of 95 for 798 yards passing, 8 throwing touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. On this play, he's going to roll to his right, evades the pressure. There are only two-man blitz, throws it down to the right side, and it was over the head of Connor Thompson on the right sideline. There were only 2 people, 2-man rush there for Carmel, and they still almost got to him.
Yeah, quite frankly, the offensive line has not been very good tonight. A lot of pressure for Vestal, and for a guy that's still trying to get used to this position as a starter at this level, you want to put him in the best positions, and it's tough when he's throwing on the run.
Second and 10, 2 receivers go to the right. Pipkin is the wide receiver right, and 2 to the left. Vestal takes the snap, pressure coming. It's a screen pass. Smith catches it, 30-yard line, cuts left side to the 25, and then goes all the way down to around the 20-yard line. Another first down for North Central. Great design screen run. Great effort once again by Smith, and a first down.
And a good read by Vestal. He saw that it was an all-out blitz. Had 3 guys bearing down on him immediately, but that means someone's open, and he's able to dump it off and give David Smith some room to run.
Now, I thought it was a design screen, but maybe you're right.
And it may have been, but to get that off quick enough at least.
Yeah, for sure.
And Micah Green is in there as a running back.
Green in the backfield. They will send Theron Johnson in motion. Green does get the handoff down to the 20 or the 15-yard line. Keeps going all the way down to about the 12-yard line. Not quite enough for a first down.
And it was David Smith who got the handoff.
Oh, it was David Smith?
Yeah. Smith was to the right of Vestal and
all right,
Michael Green to the left.
I only saw Green out there. But a second down and 3 coming up. So Green used for blocking purposes there. That makes sense.
And that's great. When now you're having a successful run game, that really opens up the offense.
6:16 to go in the third quarter. Carmel on top 17-14, but the Panthers are knocking on the door. This time they will give it to Green, and Green has the first down inside the 10-yard line to set up first and down and goal.
And just second carry of the season for Micah Green. They throw his brother Josiah in there too sometimes as a rusher. Both big defenders who are able to barrel over guys.
It'll be first and goal from the 9-yard line. And how huge would a touchdown be here?
Yeah, this is the best drive of the night for North Central so far. Try to finish it off with a score.
Green and Smith in the backfield. It's interesting. Smith is right behind Vestal, and Green's to the left. Still in the backfield. Someone goes in motion. Vestal is going to run it himself. 10-yard. No, he's not. He handed it off to Smith. And he got close to the end zone, but around to the 1 or 2 yard line. I totally missed that one. I thought Vestal had it the whole time.
Yeah, it was a big block by Micah Green to give David Smith the room to run, and nearly got in the end zone.
He'll put it at the 1 yard line, so second down and goal at the 1.
Yeah, Panthers went 3 and out to start this half. The second possession has been really impressive the way they've moved it down the field.
Vestal under center. He's going to sneak. He's going to dive over the line and in for the touchdown. A 1 yard rushing touchdown for Zayd Vestal on the QB sneak. He has jumped over the entire offensive and defensive line.
Wait, hold it a minute. There's a flag.
His arm, and there is a false start on the offense.
Man.
Well, there's no longer a touchdown.
Can't afford that at the goal line.
So it'll still be second down and goal, but it'll be at the 6 yard line now instead of the 1. That's too bad. That was a really good play by Vestal. Yeah, he really...
Really just killing yourself with these penalties.
Pipkin will go out wide to the right. Theron Johnson in the slot right. No one to the left this time. I guess it's because they have Smith and Micah Green in the backfield. Vestal this time will pitch it, and it's going to go left side to Theron Johnson, and he is down to the 1 or 2 yard line, taken down on the left side. Pretty good run by him. Third down and goal.
And it was a reverse. He faked the handoff to Smith, and then Theron Johnson came around from the far end and got the little pitch back. That's really a play they run 2 or 3 times a game, and it's typically successful, and here it gets the Panthers close to the goal line. Big play here on third down.
4:58 to go in the third quarter. 17-14 Carmel. Panthers third and goal at the 2 yard line. And someone jumped. It looks like it was...
I thought it was Carmel.
I thought it was Carmel too. Let's see what it is.
Nope.
It is North Central. Greg Ragshaw was right. And it will be a third down back at the 8 yard line.
2 of them.
Yeah.
Inside the 10, and you get 2 false starts that are just keeping you out of the end zone. Now, a huge play here. Can you get in the end? If you don't get this, you assume you have to kick it inside this game.
Make that the 7 yard line. Third and goal. Zayd Vestal under center. Drops back. Pressure coming. Throws it high for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Nowhere close to Theron Johnson, the intended receiver.
He just had to get rid of it.
And
Pressure came.
Panther down. It'll be fourth down and 7. Or fourth down and goal from the 7 yard line. Likely a field goal. And who is that? We'll get that to you as soon as possible.
Yeah, I couldn't see who it is from here, but McQuiston is coming on the field.
Yep, a chance to tie the game for him with 4:45 to go in the third quarter.
And the way the kicking game's gone, nothing is a gimme.
Oh, no, definitely not.
So certainly hope here you can tie it up, but disappointing for the Panthers not to come away with a touchdown on this drive with the way they moved it down the field and then got it in the end zone, but hurt themselves some penalties.
Max Mcquiston, 6 of 7 PATs this year and 3 of 5 field goals. His long is 28.
And he's, one of 3 kickers that's attempted an extra point or a field goal. They've mixed it up a bit. See if McQuiston can tie this game.
Both teams still waiting on this injury. Players still down on the field. And 7-yard line. It'll be a 24-yard field goal.
I'll tell you what, Carmel is used to playing these close games. They started the year 1-2 after losses to Cathedral and Center Grove, but the last 2 weeks, a double overtime win against Pike and a 36-34 win at Lawrence North last week that came on a last-second field goal. So they're ready for these close games. Panthers won a game in overtime as well early on in the year, the week 2 at Hamilton Southeastern, but haven't played as many of those, one-possession games late.
Yeah, for sure. Warren Central was a 10-0 victory. Lawrence North 27-21.
And I guess that one was...
That one was pretty close most of the game, right?
Yeah. That was a pretty close game as well. I'm still jaded by last week's 47-0, but they've had some experience as well in close games.
It was Quentin Boyd playing some offensive line.
Yeah.
For the Panthers. He'll be helped up, and then he's walking off under his own power.
Yeah, it looks to be all right. And now a big time kick here for Max Mcquiston.
It'll be from the left hash mark.
A 29-yard attempt.
A 24, right?
24, thank you.
The snap, good hold, kick is up, and that is no good. It was either short or wide to the right. I think it may have been tipped. It sure didn't go very far. Yeah, I think it was tipped. Carmel's celebrating as if it was. And a missed opportunity there for the Panthers.
Should have been a touchdown on that drive, and now you come away with nothing.
Kind of the same thing as what happened at the end of the half for Carmel. That one roughing the kicker penalty ended up in a touchdown for the Panthers, and now this false start penalty negates his Zade Vestal touchdown.
Two of them.
And then the second one, of course.
Yeah, I can't. It's always it's gonna be tough to win games when you get penalty after penalty, especially in big moments.
So Mcquiston moves to 3-6 on the season for field goals, and Carmel will take over at their own 20-yard line. They take the snap, they'll hand it off up the middle, and about 5, 6, 7 yards on that play for Zach White.
He picked up 9. They almost moved the chains. They are moving the chains.
I spoke too soon. Wow, he went a lot further than I thought. He kept going forward.
Well, he got hit after 3 yards, and he just continues to bowl forward.
White still in the backfield. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Osborne will look to the sideline now.
Defense has done a good job not to jump at the hard count all night.
8 seconds on the play clock. Osborne still looking to the sideline. They might have to call timeout here. Let's see. Osborne quickly gets back into the huddle and snaps it at 1. They take the snap. It will be a handoff to the right side to Zach White. Zach White, oh my goodness, he pushes forward. He had 2 defenders on him. Pushed them forward all the way up to the 34-yard line, a gain of 3.
Not the kind of back that you expect a stiff arm from, but he had a nice one there to continue to move forward despite the defenders closing in.
They'll say 2nd down and 6. 2 running backs in the backfield with Zachary Thomas Osborne. 2 receivers head to the left, 4-man front for the defense, and 1 to the right. Osborne takes the snap. He's looking to throws it. Medium pass caught for a first down, and is still on his feet down to the 49-yard line. Good solid tackle at the end of that play there by Zion Woods. Catch and run made by Colton Parker. And another first down for the Greyhounds.
How about Zion Woods get 9 starters returning on this defense? He's one of the 2 new starters, and he leads the team in tackles.
Yeah, that's incredible. Same formation for Carmel. Osborne takes a snap and hands it up the middle. That will be a pretty good gain down to the 44-yard line of the Panthers. Panthers' run defense starting to fold, huh, Max?
Yeah, and I'm with you. Every run feels like it's 2 or 3 yards, and it ends up being 7 or 8. Defense has to find that gear and get some stops, because right now it's coming easy for Carmel.
2nd and 3. Osborne takes the snap, hands it up the middle, and that will be another first down for Zach White. Once again, just using his power to get those extra yards, and he's down inside the 40-yard line.
I mean, there's no reason for them to even attempt to pass right now. If you're picking up 5 yards a run, stick with it.
Two and a half minutes to go in this third period of action. Carmel on top, 17-14 over the North Central Panthers.
And still no turnovers in this game.
Osborne takes the snap, drops back, play action, throws across the middle, almost intercepted, and it will be incomplete, in and out of the hands of Micah Green. That would have been a tough interception to make, though. It hit his hands immediately. It did tip up in the air, though, so I thought maybe a defender could come over, but it went the wrong way. 2nd down and 10.
Would have been perfect timing. Right after his no turnovers in this game, and almost immediately an interception.
Yeah, you almost jinxed them there, huh?
It's this whole game has played out with, again, very few possessions. These offenses, they've been long drives, and neither team has been able to cash in on all of them.
Carmel leads by 3 with the ball. Osborne in the shotgun, takes the snap. He will hand it off this time. And a loss of 2 on the play by Jordan Jones. Tried to get around the outside, but couldn't. And 3rd and long again for Carmel.
Nice job by the Panthers to cut off the edge. Didn't let them get around. Now, can you make this the final stop here, get the ball back?
Yeah, if you hold them to a few yards in this play, a big decision for Carmel. You could really go with any of the 3 options at this part of the field. Well, they have to get at least a few yards to kick a field goal. Taking the snap is Osborne. Pressure comes, throws left side, caught, and getting around the edge, getting the first down and more. Down to the 21-yard line is Barron Smith. What a great catch and run by him. They found the opening on the left side, and Carmel has another big first down.
He cut across the middle and was wide open, and he's dangerous. He's got speed when he gets it running downhill, and there was no doubt he was going to get the first down.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. No huddle for Carmel as they back up. He's going to roll to the right is Osborne. Checks down, and it will be a gain of about 3 yards there on the play. That was kind of a screen pass on that one to Jaden King.
And Larry Campbell, a nice job to make that tackle.
60 seconds to go in the third. Carmel trying to build on a 3-point lead. Osborne shotgun. White with him in the backfield. Takes the snap. Gives to White. White, he has a first down and more. White's going to go into the end zone. What a quick run by White right up the middle. Just got past everyone, and Carmel takes a 2-possession lead once again.
Defense showed very little resistance on that drive as Carmel just moves it down the field one play at a time. Very few negative plays on that one.
Yeah, the run defense has been so impressive so far this year, but really kind of folded on that one. Extra point is up and good. 24-14. Greyhounds regain a 10-point lead.
I've said it a few times, but I'll say it again. Very few possessions in this game. You've got to make each one count here. Heading to the fourth quarter down 10. The way this game has gone, you've got maybe 3 possessions left. Could even be 2, and you've got to score twice. Obviously, your defense has to step it up. Can't allow another drive like they just allowed.
Yeah, Barron Smith, that one good play there. That kind of opened it up. Opened it up for Osborne to carry it in.
Plenty of time, but you start to feel some sense of urgency now down to 2 scores. I'll tell you what, though, we have gotten a good game with this matchup. Now the 4th straight year that we're seeing a good battle.
Yeah, last year that was probably the signature win for North Central on the season, just going to Carmel's homecoming game and upsetting them, and now Carmel's trying to do the exact same thing to North Central tonight.
And it was a 13-game losing streak to Carmel before that win last year, so that was certainly a big one.
Kevin O'Shea, 22-15 in his fourth year at North Central. Kickoff will go into the sky and will land at the 20-yard line. It'll be fielded at that point by Theron Johnson. He's going to reverse field to the right side, trying to get around everyone, and he will not be able to do so. What a great tackle there by Carmel. And the Panthers will take over inside the 20.
It was really dangerous the way he was holding that football. I was worried that was going to pop out. Obviously trying to make a play. They know that Theron Johnson's getting the ball and that they got to cut off that edge over on the far side. That time they were able to do it.
35 and 3/10 seconds to play in the third. Ball on the 17-yard line. Panthers need a big drive here to at least get some points on the board. They're down by 10. Osborne in the shotgun. Carmel shows blitz. They will drop it off, though, as Vessel takes the snap and then throws it incomplete. On that one, it is a short pass intended for Desmond Williams. And second down and 10 upcoming. I'll tell you what, you got to at least get some yards on some of these plays. I mean,
yes,
it's okay that happens once in a while, but we've seen a lot of plays where it's just like a quick play and it ends up being 0 yards.
And he's wide open.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a huge gain, but you make that catch and you get 3 or 4 yards. That makes all the difference on second and third down.
Yeah, the entire playbook changes the moment you get 0 yards on first down.
Right.
Trips left side, one receiver to the right. Vestal takes a step, has time in the pocket, throws, and that will be nearly intercepted by Carmel. I thought he had it for a second there. A good defensive play overall, though, by Tamaris Springfield.
Yeah, and he's one of their better cornerbacks. Has an interception, and leads the team in passes and tackles and passes defended.
As well as, he has 41 tackles, and 38 of those are solo tackles.
Yeah.
And as you said, 4 passes defended. Great season for him so far. Third down and 10. Vestal drops back. Pressure coming from the left side. They did not pick that up, and he throws it incomplete. Had nowhere to go. Not much he could have done there, and a flag is thrown. Did he not get outside the pocket?
He didn't get it back. He didn't get it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's that again.
Yep.
You got it.
So it's going to be fourth down, and the ball is going to be inside the 5-yard line.
Oh man, well, we saw what happened last week when there was a backed up punt. Hopefully, that will not be the case again. Last week,
Panthers stepped out of the back of the end zone for a safety. I think this one will be just enough room to not put that in jeopardy, but certainly a chance for a safety. Yeah, punt. I mean, he's lined up with a few feet behind him in the end zone, but certainly dangerous.
Cole Greer should have some room, you're right. Panther coming onto the field late. Zion Woods. He'll make it, though. And here we go. From their own 4-yard line, Greer takes the snap, gets the punt off, and it will be fielded at the 35-yard line of North Central. Returned down to the 30, down to the 25-yard line on the right side. 20 gets a block. 15, 10, down to the 5, and brought down at the 1-yard line.
Oh, it came out.
That was Barron Smith on the return. Did it come out? So did it go out of bounds?
It did, but Carmel jumped on it. But then after the play, there's some pushing and shoving, and a flag flies.
So a great play. Almost turned into a disaster for the Greyhounds. But marker at the 2-yard line plus the flag. We'll see which team it's on, or if it's on both teams.
Yeah, this may be offsetting. You see both teams kind of getting physical after the play. But I believe that ball did come out, and Carmel fell on it.
They're going to call it against North Central and against Carmel, so you're right, offsetting penalties. And since it was after the play, that play will stand. So first and goal from the 2-yard line. Special teams not doing the Panthers any favors on this play. And this is even though they're at the 2-yard line, a big chance for the Panthers to get a defensive stand here because the field goal makes it still a 2-possession game. It'd be 13, but a touchdown.
Yeah,
all of a sudden you're looking at 3 scores down.
Right before the start of the fourth.
By the way, there's 7 seconds to go in the third. I was supposed to say that. Zachary Thomas Osborne, alone in the backfield. No one to the right, everyone to the left, so he's going to roll to the left. Pressure comes, he's going to throw to the end zone, and that was incomplete. Hard to see from this angle, huh? But
yeah,
the ball falls out.
His receiver was on the ground when the ball arrived, and unable to make the catch from his knees.
0.7 of a second to go, so I get to commentate one more play.
God, it'd be a huge stop to hold him to a field goal.
For sure. This time they'll have 2 men in the backfield. Zach White being one of them. Osborne takes a step, hands it off up the middle, and they're in for the touchdown. Easily in for the touchdown. That was Jordan Jones on the carry, but I could have carried that one in.
Yeah.
Great blocking by the offensive line, and we'll head to they're going to kick the extra point first before we head to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but the Panthers in trouble going to the fourth.
Yeah, 3-point game at halftime. Now it's a 16-point game, and this kick could make it a three-score game. And it does just that. We'll go to the fourth quarter with the Carmel Greyhounds leading the North Central Panthers 31-14. Stay tuned. You're listening to North Central Panther football on 89.3 WJEL.